Hello lords and ladies, I'm Archaic King. Welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, a chill place to just chat about all things cartoons. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but I've just been so lazy these days, so I'm glad I'm getting around to it. This is probably going to be a new feature on Cartoon Hangout called First Look. Essentially, the plan is to take a look at an upcoming cartoon and give some of my thoughts on it. This differs from things like my Ben 10 reboot discussion or my Scooby-Doo discussion videos because I was discussing, in the case of the Ben 10 video, the very idea of rebooting the series. Well, with Scooby-Doo, I was discussing some general news. And the first upcoming cartoon to grace First Look is Miraculous Ladybug. So, what is this? You're probably wondering. If you haven't heard about it yet, Miraculous Ladybug is a French-Japanese CGI anime series being co-produced by Zagtoon, who helped produce Iron Man Armored Adventures, Method Animation, the people behind The Little Prince, Toy Animation, the one and only, and Sam Animation. So right off the bat, that is a serious amount of talent working on this little CGI series. If they somehow manage to screw this up, I would be shocked. Bandai will also be handling toy production, so another big name there. But let's move on to the actual interesting stuff, the plot. Miraculous Ladybug is of course set in Paris, France. It follows the adventures of Marionette Chang, who also moonlights as the superhero Ladybug. It seems with the success of Marvel's movies, everyone is jumping in on the superhero action, and I love it. She isn't the only superhero though. The show will also star a young boy named Adrian, who Marionette has a huge crush on. He transforms into Cat Noir. Her powers are based on luck, while his are based on bad luck. The villain of the series, at least season 1, is Hawkmoth. Yes, a silly name to be sure, but he looks pretty serious in the promos. Oh, and something I like is that while Marionette has a crush on Adrian, she has no idea he is Cat Noir, and vice versa. So while Adrian has no interest in Marionette, he does have one in Ladybug. So normally he's all cocky, but he falls apart when it comes to Ladybug. It's an interesting relationship, not the most original, but a fun one I hope. It almost reminds me of the situation in Sailor Moon, which is ironic, considering Toei Animation is working on this. And while we're back on the subject of pedigrees, let's quickly talk about the voice actors, because you may notice a few people. The English voice actress of Ladybug is Christina V, who you might know as the voice actress of Riven from League of Legends, Ray from Kill la Kill, and Kampa from Hyperdimension Neptunia, the animation. The English voice actor for Cat Noir is Bryce Papenbrook. He is the voice actor of Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, Kirito in Sword Art Online, and Henry in Fire Emblem Awakening. The villain, Hawkmoth, is voiced by Keith Silverstein, aka the voice of Shin from League of Legends, and Makken from Gurren Lagann. Rounding up the rest of the cast, you have a character named Alya, voiced by Carrie Karenin, Lux from League of Legends, Plague, voiced by Max Middleman, June from Sword Art Online 2, and Tiki, voiced by Melody, Tiki from Fire Emblem Awakening. Sorry I listed them all, but I just wanted to get across some of the insane talent this little CGI series has, which has me even more excited to watch this when it comes out sometime this fall. Plus, if you wanted to hear the English voice actor behind Kirito sing, you came to the right place.
They look at me and think I'm cool. I'm Cat Noir, at night I rule.
Nice, right? Tomas Astruc, the creator behind the show, has said in interviews that if the show does well, he'd like to explore more of the Miraculous Ladybug universe because Ladybug and Cat Noir are not the only heroes around. In fact, the original concept seemed to involve them being a part of an Avengers-esque group of heroes. So while that didn't end up being the show, we might see more of them in Season 2, or beyond. I think the expanding universe thing would include comics and novels as well. Oh, and one more cool feature. At first it seemed like the series would be more anime than CGI. You can see that clearly here. So while some fans were worried when the show's promos featured new CGI animation, there was nothing to fear because Miraculous Ladybug will be split into two. The main series will be the CGI, and the web series will feature the anime art style. Now that's a great idea because you have more room to explore the characters than you would in a traditional 26 episode first season. So what are my thoughts on this series? insanely optimistic and excited. When I first caught wind of Miraculous Ladybug and the CGI promo, I was immediately hit with Totally Spies vibes. It may just be due to it being a part French cartoon like Totally Spies was, but it just feels tonally similar. Plus, cute girl superhero. What else can you ask for? Another thing to point out is that the CGI seems to be pretty detailed. I don't know if you can tell just by this, but you can see if you look close that Ladybug's suit has texture to it. I don't want to knock on Western animation, but when it comes to cartoon, we don't exactly see this often. And I'm talking more of TV shows and movies, because I know that Pixar and Disney do insanely good CGI movies. And that's my first look at Miraculous Ladybug. What do you think of the series? Something you might watch, or is it not your thing? I'm pretty positive that I will be doing reviews for this when it comes out. Count on it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you lords and ladies next time for another cartoon hangout. Take care.